They appreciated the fact that I talked about judgment. They made an offer on Thursday, and I'm in negotiation now, so we'll see.
So don't listen to any of the posts that say QA is like dead. It's not like, no, like we actually, I feel, have become more valuable.
That's why the whole profession AI evaluation engineer has been created, right? Which is completely, I think, replacing the typical or traditional QA roles.
I have almost like 90,000 impressions and hundreds of people trying to connect to me.
What you're about to watch is unedited footage from inside our Break Into AI testing cohort. Real sessions, real students, real outcomes. We pulled the moments that actually show what happens when QA engineers make the shift into AI work. Enjoy the watch.
I have two generated prompts, one for the website itself and one for the picture.
You don't have to read the whole thing, just kind of high level, explain to me your train of thought, what information you provided, like how are you thinking about the whole exercise to be able to come up with the results?
So I just gave really simple instruction that this should be a bot that helps to resolve reverse engineering tasks.
Okay.
And I kind of told it that I am analyzing the website and I need to recreate the system prompt that the website is using. And I told that I can share all the screenshots and answer the questions.
Yep.
So it asked me to do that. I did share like whatever I could.
Yep.
And then we've been going back and forth on additional questions because it's been regenerating prompts once I was adding more details and context to it. So I noticed that if you rerun it, the same drop-down values, but every time it's going to generate new story and new picture. And it kind of redid it again. After that, it asked me to run also a Spanish version to compare. It kind of gave me the idea that the story prompt is one thing, but then the output from the story prompt is being used for the generation of the picture itself. So it's two separate prompts. This one for the story, that this is magical story generator for this website, create short, imaginative, age-appropriate fairy tales, kind of give what you're going to receive as the, whatever we had for those drop downs. Then it instructs to write a story, which title to create, which story structure should be, 3 paragraphs, and then about the style. It kind of gives some assumptions, let's say on the length or on the age of the kids. We don't really know. Maybe for 10 years old, then those pictures are kind of too childish, but I don't know.
Right.
So for the image generation, it is shorter. So you put the story text as the input, and then some requirements based on the name of the character, magical item, and location to to generate the picture. So that's what I came up with.
We actually did a fun thing with our group. So first of all, we have this story generated based on this inputs here, name, magical item, etc. And first, we ask ChatGPT, hey, evaluate the story based on these parameters we have and generate or come up with a system prompt that was given to this AI based on the story it generated and the story itself here. So it evaluated everything, the parameters, quality, etc., emojis, what's used, consistency. At the end, it came up with this system prompt, which is several sentences, right? We don't know the story itself. Same thing we did with the Claude, same prompt. And it was shorter, evaluated everything, and it gave us this system prompt. What we did further, we took system prompt from Claude and system prompt that it guessed predicted from GPT and put into another AI notebook LM and said, compare these two system prompts and make it one universal system prompt by combining them both. So it actually evaluated that two system prompts and made one universal system prompt, this one. We decided to use this one universal final system prompt, and we used it in Claude and GPT as a developer system prompt and said, hey, this is a system prompt. and gave a temperature one and said, generate a story for children using the system prompt and ask me clarifying questions. So it asked the same questions that was required to generate the story here, like name, magical item, place, problem, ending type. And it generated the story itself here. Same thing we did with GPT, the developer prompt, same with this. It also asked same parameters, name, magical item was used, place, problem needs to be solved, ending, type, and it generated the story. We haven't read the story itself. So what we wanted to do next, and we didn't have enough time, we wanted to take this to user stories. It generate not user stories, the stories it generated, and compare it to the original story here. If it matches based on the system prompt it guessed and gave us.
Awesome.
So that's what we did.
That was a lot of great train of thought. You used 3 models, you combined them, and I want you to do the same. Try to actually generate the actual story, and then you can compare it, and maybe you can share it with the group in Discord. But it seems like you had fun, so I appreciate you sharing, Aziza.
Yeah, I'm very curious how actually this matched to the original story, but
it may not match completely because every output is going to be a little slightly different, but it probably may have the same structure, the emojis, and maybe the same start. But yeah, I'm curious to see also what it will look like.
Is same. I think we can consider it as a past.
That's it. And we're going to jump into different exercises. I'm going to share with you the system prompt and things like that. So that's part of the exercise for you to think. I don't like to say think outside the box. Think like there is no box and try different things and start working with different things. So I appreciate it.
I have this extension on my Chrome browser for Claude.
Nice.
It's a Claude agent installed in your browser. So I asked it to log into this website using my Gmail and then go through all the website, analyze it, take screenshot, like read the GS files, read the API calls and see so I didn't do anything. So I just did everything, like it find out who are the characters, what are the items, places, problems. And then we also read that there is API call behind, which is basically the interesting part that you hard-coded the age. It's always for kids between 5 and 8, but the users cannot see it. And the language, so this is the post request that you sent to generate the actual story. And once that story is created, then you send another post request to generate an image.
Nice.
And here are some examples of the stories that you have.
Did you get my API key by chance? Hopefully you didn't hack my API key.
Not that level yet. Hopefully you're going to teach me how to do it. So the length, there will be always 3 paragraphs. This is the limitation for the length. 5 to 8 years old.
Yeah.
And this is the overall the patterns that the Claude noticed. And this is the approximate system prompt that you gave to your agent.
Oh, wow.
And this is the system prompt for the image generation. And these are the agents that you used. So I just wanted to overall share with everybody that you guys can install Claude agent on your browser, and it's gonna it can do anything for you. Like it can go to your emails, clean up. It's whatever the Claude does, but it's limited to your browser, so you can automate a lot of stuff. First, I tried to do the same thing using Playwright agents that you showed us last time. But the Playwright agents were having hard time to log in. It was like opening a new session, and for the login, you only have Google login, or you have to provide email, and it will send you the link. And my Playwright couldn't open it, but the Claude could. So this agent basically has access to everything that you have on your browser, so it can do anything, and it can also read the backend. It can read the JS files, so it's pretty useful for the web-based applications.
Bena, you mentioned you don't know if it's hallucinating that or anything like that. That's true. That's something to be aware of, but it gives you a place to start and you can investigate further and validate. So it gives you a direction to go and go, oh, I hadn't considered that. Let me dig into it. Let me get more information and confirm those things. So it gives you a lot better foundation to start with.
I love, Bena, what you shared because it shows that our QA brains are really necessary to do a good job with AI. So we're learning the tools, but you still need your experience. You still need to question things the way that you question. And this is where your experience is really, really valuable. So don't listen to any of the posts that say QA is like dead. It's not like, no, like we actually, I feel, have become more valuable because we have that mindset. Once you add the tools on top of it and the ability to question, you don't have to know the answers. You just have to ask AI, like, hey, what else is there? You didn't know what was going to come up with. Now you can dig into each of those and kind of investigate further. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that.
I know that when I first was learning this, I was lucky enough to have Alex. He's one of our other instructors, and we were both between jobs at the time. So we pretty much turned this cohort into our job for the month. And we set up sessions. I think we worked somewhere between 4 and 6 hours together, just digging into everything. So having someone that I noticed things he didn't, he noticed things I didn't, and sometimes we would both get confused about the same thing and try to figure it out together. It's so much better trying to learn with a partner than it is by yourself. So now, and I know everyone has different learning styles. So if you're more comfortable kind of doing it solo on your own, that's great. That's just my experience. And the hardest part is starting. So anything you can do is, even if it's just a quick post, even if it's a 1 sentence post, something to get you actually pulling that trigger, that's the biggest challenge there.
So it's not a question, but I just wanted to share my experience with LinkedIn. So last week, I have seen a video from Igor on the YouTube channel. So regarding the LinkedIn posting and how important it is. So it was just like a 15 to 18-minute video. So I have seen that, and then I was just inspired, and I did my first post last week. So it was not related to AI, but it was related to JavaScript. And I really didn't believe about the impressions. It was around 30,000.
Wow.
It was so crazy, and I almost got around like 150 people connecting to me, and many people were asking me, what were you doing? So it was related to my learnings of JavaScript. So I just posted my GitHub, and it was like crazy, and I have never expected that. And that was my recent post, and I posted like around 4 to 5 years ago. So it was not even I was active or something. But that is something I just wanted to share because it is really making change.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone who tries to, hop on call whenever I message. So thank you so much, and clearing all the confusion, because in my head, I feel like I'm mixing multiple things, and then it's actually very simple. Don't mix, just stick to focus on one, and then I will get my answer. That's what I got to know. And also, these days, 9 to 5 I have my job, but before I used to be like, hey, I finished my this was like my good day because I did certain things at my office. But no, these days it's like something is going on back of my mind. Like, for example, I was like, what do I post on LinkedIn? I didn't do anything great, or what do I do? Do I do it or not? Like those type. And then finally yesterday I'm working, and then something clicked in my mind, why like I should post about my struggle. How do I set up my laptop? And I could figure out the answer. And that is when I realized that end of the day, no matter how busy I was, because I knew what I could do in the evening, like I had my goal, like I could post it in the LinkedIn, and that's where it gave me sense of accomplishment, that okay, I can do something on LinkedIn. Those small, tiny setting goals, which I'm trying to do, and that's helping. And I want to add here one more thing. Like, when I'm not so right now at this point, when I open an YAML file, I'm like, what's going on? I don't even know what to write. Okay, I can generate it. But that uncomfortableness when I think about it, always there is something in my head going on, the discomfort, where, oh, I don't know this. Okay, I have a diary where I write down everything. Okay, read this, look into this, look into this. Then that is where I see that when I try to get more information on something, and when I can like strike it out, I know, okay, I know something about it. But yeah, definitely I am not in my comfort zone right now. To be precise, I've never been in such a discomfort position right now, but I'm glad and I'm happy, I'm enjoying it. Even my family can see that. They are like, after the class you're jumping after 4 hours, you shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, I mean, Though I'm in a discomfort, but I would say it's a good discomfort after a long time because it's something new which is keeping me busy. That's all.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, sometimes I try to think of it like discomfort is not always easy, but it is necessary for growth. So if you think about it, the seed down in the ground is going, if it stays comfortable, it's going to stay in the ground and it will never become a flower. And so it's that discomfort is what's necessary to push you into change. And that change can be scary. And so I completely get that it is not a comfortable position to be in, to be changing and growing because it's different. But again, or I don't know, I guess similar to like a butterfly. When it goes into the chrysalis, it melts and turns into goop before it reforms into a butterfly. And those kinds of comparisons are always in the back of my mind. But I love that you mentioned how you kind of always have the thoughts going on in the background now, where before you were just not necessarily coasting, but just going through your day to day. And this is obviously engaging something because it's getting you thinking even while you're doing your normal 9 to 5 and everything. So that's great to hear. Thank you so much.
I actually met with Navya this week and Neha, and the questions they were asking were very similar to the questions I had when I initially took this course. And we get a little confused with like system prompts versus the user prompts. Like that took me a while to like wrap my head around. They're like, so we had a bit of a discussion on that. And then not only that, some of the assignments were like, okay, so we're working on this story thing, we're reverse engineering it. How does testing, relate to this? And so it was just interesting to see the mindset shift as we talk through it. Like, this is normal to be confused about this. And, the more that you ask, the more clarity you'll get. So, by the end of it, there was more clarity. So I just encourage everybody to ask questions. Don't be afraid. We've all been there where it's confusing. And it might take a minute just to clear up, whatever the question is.
I know I really appreciated Bena's post where she was talking about the dot-com bubble and comparing it to the AI situation that there is now. I thought that was a really neat take on things. That got me thinking of like, how could this be different? And I think it was a really good, engaging post.
I really liked Bena's post. I really liked Samantha's post. I really like their post because their post sounds more like personal, from their personal experience. And I started comparing with my first post that was just kind of typical, but I had to push myself to do something, like to post something, because I'm not really active person on LinkedIn posting stuff like that. But I thought, okay, that's a kind of inspiration for me. So my second post will be more engaging, interesting from my personal experience kind of thing. So yeah, good job on that. I really like those posts. I read them.
That's awesome.
Thank you, ladies, for compliments. As for this post that I have about this, my first post where I posted like, oh, I've been in QA for 8 years and I have this anxiety about kids, etc. So it got very popular. Like I have almost like 90,000 impressions and like hundreds of people trying to connect to me. And in the beginning, I was like, just like adding everybody. But now I just like, oh, like there are 200 people waiting to connect to me. Like, should I connect to them, all of them? And there are like, all of them are QA engineers. All of them are like, as that senior QA engineers. And some people started texting me personally and asking for mentorship and suggestion. Like, can you please review my framework and provide feedback? Can you please help me? Tell me what I need to learn, etc. Even though like my post was not educative or anything, so I just shared my personal experience. And the interesting part is that I also received like a few messages from hiring managers from directly writing me from different companies, trying to set up an interview with me for a QA role. And it was also like, I didn't expect it really, like, because I was not like bragging about my skills or anything. It was just more like a personal post. But it had that outreach. So now I'm really interested. So now I'm like, every day I think like, what should I write about today? Like to make people even more interested. I don't know, like I'm not LinkedIn expert, but like I've spent a lot of time on LinkedIn recently, and I can see that almost like 99% of the posts are AI written. And also the interesting part is that comments are also AI written. Like when you go and read the comments, like I know it's written by AI. I know there's some personal maybe opinion of the person, but it kind of gets boring, and I don't want to read those posts anymore. So this is why, like, maybe my suggestion: do not use AI. Maybe you can, for example, I do use AI to fix the grammar since I'm not like good at English, but like I try to keep my own thought. Like I write the post first myself, kind of give it something personal, and then like I just ask, okay, now can you fix the grammar? And then I post it, and I think it works because like I don't know, it's been like very interesting, and people are really trying to engage with me on LinkedIn.
I had an unexpected reaction or result of my LinkedIn post from about 2 weeks ago. It showed up in an interview last week where my interviewer had read my post, and they appreciated the fact that I talked about judgment there and not just indiscriminate usage of AI. Because what I didn't know about the role was it's a startup, it's a Series A, they're trying to figure out how to go about using AI in different parts of different teams. And now the role's been extended to include figuring out where to use AI for setting up different processes for building this new product that they're trying to build. They've made an offer on Thursday, and I'm in negotiation now, so we'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So I didn't do the homework. I was busy with too much.
Oh, no.
I promise I'll catch you up next week.
There is time. No, way more important here. That is awesome. Great job, Sue. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Keep posting on LinkedIn.
We have Rohan, co-founder of BlueJay, which is directly relates to what we do here in this cohort. He is alumni from YC. Today, he's gonna talk about BlueJay as a product, what exactly they're offering as a service, and how it helps with testing and monitoring voice AI agents.
Hey everyone, super nice to meet all of you. Thanks for the introduction, Igor. As mentioned, my name is Rohan. I'm co-founder and CEO here at BlueJay. BlueJay is essentially an end-to-end testing and monitoring solution for companies or developers building conversational AI agents. So this includes voice agents, which are obviously very buzzy right now, but it also includes chat agents as well. As a company, we do work with Stella Foster as one of our customers. We also work with, on the enterprise side, Google and DoorDash, and a bunch of other Fortune 500 and 2000 companies as well. I actually think the world of QA is changing, where it's actually not, hey, I have a list of things that I need to verify works, and once I get through that list, the product's going to be great. Right. And the reason I don't think that's the case anymore is because a lot of these agents that we're testing are not deterministic. It's not actually necessarily, hey, there's like 100 scenarios that I need to test. Let me verify them. It is that combined with, hey, like I need to now prepare and keep updating these test scenarios based on production data. And the fact that the agent's non-deterministic.
That's why the whole profession AI evaluation engineer has been created, right? Which is completely, I think, replacing the typical or traditional QA roles, right? You are an orchestrator. You are the one who is defining the scope. You are the conductor of orchestra. And BlueJay is going to be one of the solutions in your pocket, especially when you're testing the voice AI agents, which is, I think, is going to be a lot. I mean, almost every company will have customer support or any like booking system, you name it, or even the personal assistants, right? So we see a huge future ahead of us in that direction. And so just a little context on, our students are experiencing majority of the time only the LLMs, right? Because you use the prompt tool. But for them, it was a great introduction to see what is there another angle. We're going to work with Rohan on something special, coming cohorts, how to introduce it for the students so they can try it out before even internship. We'll work on that as well.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate your time as well. And thanks for letting me join and allowing me to share a little bit about BlueJay.
If you watched this and thought, that could be me, This is what break into AI testing actually looks like from the inside. 5 weeks, 10 live sessions, 40 hours of real work on a live production AI product. Not toy projects. The same kind of system that Sue, Bena, Mariia, and everyone else you just watched were learning on. Applications for our next cohort are open now. Link is in the description. If you're a QA engineer who's been watching the industry shift and you're ready to move into AI evaluation work, this is the room you want to be in. And if you're not ready to apply yet, subscribe to the channel. We're publishing more real cohort footage, alumni stories, and honest breakdowns of what it actually takes to break into AI testing right now. New videos every week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.